सभी को नमस्कार। वेलकम टू टुडेज वीडियो लेसन। रॉबिन्सन क्रूसो डिस्कवर्स अ फुटप्रिंट। Robinson Crusoe, a novel by Daniel Defoe. Robinson Crusoe discovers a footprint is adapted from Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe. So Robinson Crusoe is a novel, and Robinson Crusoe discovers a footprint is part of that novel. It has been taken from there. Robinson Crusoe's Robinson Crusoe, the novel, is published in the year 1719. So it is a 18th century novel by Daniel Defoe. So here Robinson Crusoe belongs to a middle class family and from York. So he wants to be a sailor, but his parents don't like. So still he goes to Brazil in a ship, and there he established a farm of sugarcane. So when he became very rich, then once he wished to go to Africa, and in the sea, while traveling to Africa, he lost his ship. The ship was destroyed by storm. So luckily he could manage to go to an island, and there in that island, that lonely island, he stayed more than 15 years. So this story, this Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe discovers a footprint. This period has been described in this story, that during that 15 years, what happened once he finds a footprint. So see, Robinson Crusoe's ship had been destroyed by the storm of sea. Then one day, there when he was staying there, he discovered a footprint and got afraid, as you see in this picture. Then he thought every bush and tree to be a man. When we are afraid, then you might have felt it, that somebody is not there. Still we feel that as if somebody is chasing behind us. Like that, he thought every bush and tree to be a man. Then he went inside his cave. So he went there. Again he comes out of that cave, and then he thinks, he became very afraid. All this we'll discuss in detail from the text. So let's begin the text. Robinson Crusoe's ship had been destroyed, totally damaged by the sea. He had been alone for many years and wished for company, friend. One day he discovers, be the first to find or observe something, a footprint, mark of a foot on the sand. Let's find out what he did then. One day, when I was going towards my boat, I was surprised. Surprised means a feeling caused by something sudden or unexpected. To see the footprint of a man on the sand, I stood amazed. Amazed same, astonished, surprised. I listened. I looked around me. I could neither hear nor see anything. I went up higher to look down. I went off the shore and down the shore, but it was no good. I could find no other footprint but that one. I went to it again to see if there were any more footprints and to tell if it had been my imagination, but I was not mistaken. For there was exactly the print of a foot, toes, heel, every part of a foot. I could not imagine how it came there. I stayed a long time thinking, but became more and more confused. At last, I returned home very frightened. Very fearful, looking behind me after every 2 or 3 steps, mistaking every bush and tree to be man. So here Robinson Crusoe is thinking in fear that somebody is chasing him. Each and every bush or tree seems to be a human being. When I came to my cave, which I call my castle, castle is a large building where king's family live. I ran inside it as if I was being chased. I do not remember whether I used the ladder or went in by the hole in the rock, which I call the door. I ran for cover faster than any animal could run. So he's running to save his life. When we are in danger, we run faster than animals, beyond our capabilities. It happens, isn't it? I did not sleep that night. When you are very fearful, how can you sleep well? Sleep goes away, it vanishes. The more I thought about what I had seen, the more afraid I became. I thought it could be one of the savages. Savages means the primitive people, the wild people in primitive state, who all eat that raw meat. They wish to kill anybody they see of the main land, the vast land, who had wandered means go here and there without any specific aim, out to the sea in a small boat. So here Robinson Crusoe is thinking that perhaps savages had been to that island where he's staying. They might have come by boat from mainland. So he is very fearful. Luckily, I was not on the shore at that time. Yes, so here shore. Shore is that seaside. Yes. But what if he had seen my boot. If he had seen the boot, he would have realized that someone lived on the island and would soon return with others to kill and eat me. And so I lay fearful for many days and prayed for protection. In doing so, I was much comforted and began going out to investigate to examine which is true or false. But even now, as I went forward, I looked behind me frequently, many times, because I was still very frightened, fearful. However, as I went about for 2 or 3 days and saw nothing, I became a little bolder. I decided to go down to the shore again and examine the footprint once more. I decided to measure it with my own footmark. As I came closer to the footprint, I realized that it could not be my footprint because I had not come to this part of the beach since a long time. Secondly, as I placed my foot alongside that footprint, it seemed larger than my own. So there are two reasons Robinson Crusoe is thinking that I have not come here since many days, so it cannot be my footprint. And secondly, the footprint on the sand is larger than my own footprint, so it cannot be my footprint. So no reason is saying that somebody has not entered to that island. So he's very fearful. My fear returned again. He became very fearful. I went home again, believing that there was someone there. Yes, somebody has entered that island. The island was inhabited, occupied, dwelt in. So again he became very, very, very fearful, and he must have gone back to his cave there. So this has been adapted from Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe. Yes, so now I want to point out to some points. See here, the word, you can see that island, you can see here ISLAND, but its pronunciation is island. S is silent. Same way, there are many words where you can find silent S, like debris. Yes, all this. Then now another pronunciation word I want to tell you. You can find here. See, in the beginning, in the beginning, you see there is a sentence. I looked around. So you see the word looked here. Looked. So if you can listen well, then t sound is there, looked. But in spelling, d is there, ed has been used to make past form. So there are several words where d is added, but in pronunciation we pronounce like t. Helped, cooked. So many words are there. See further. What are that words? So here you can see that looked, though there is ed, still the pronunciation is looked. Ta. So here you will pronounce as ta. Looked, wished, chased. Yes. So next you see jumped, nipped, then picked, jumped, nipped, picked. Okay, next you see roast, tossed, then helped. So though there is d, till the sound is t, t. So hope you understood the lesson and the concepts what I told you. And for question answer we shall discuss in another session. So thank you very much.